Hello students, I am Dr. Vipin B. Gawande and welcome to fourth part of the video lecture series for engineering graphics. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about the parallel line development method and we will continue with the next solid, that is square prism. So the problem is a square prism with side of base 50 mm and axis height 100 mm is resting on its base on HP. So here this is HP and this is VP. So we'll get front view here and the top view here. Okay. Now square prism is given in the problem. Now we'll first see what is the how the square prism looks like. So the square prism is something like this. It is having the base as a square. Okay, one square at the bottom, the another square at the top. The edges of these two squares are joined by means of the rectangles. So now since it is having four sides, so we'll get here four rectangles. Okay, so this is the square prism. Okay, so top view, the true shape is the square. Okay, and the front view is what? It is rectangle. Okay, so a square prism is given and it is resting on HP, so true shape comes here. So that square we have to draw here. Okay, the problem start with the top view, then we'll draw the front view as rectangle with all. Now this condition is very important, with all vertical faces equally inclined to VP. Okay, so we have to keep this. So there are two positions for this square prism. One is this one, okay, like this. Okay, but now this, what is the condition? The vertical faces equally inclined to VP. Now these are the vertical faces, but in this condition it is not equally inclined. So if we, that means this condition is edge, it is resting on edge. If we keep it resting on the corner, then in that case it is equally inclined to VP, because this angle is 45 degree and this angle is 45 with respect to the horizontal. Okay, so if we keep the horizontal line here, then this rectangular face and this rectangular face, it is equally inclined to VP. Okay, 45 degree angle here. So the correct position for this problem is like this. Okay, so with all vertical faces equally inclined to VP. So this is vertical face, this is vertical face, and it is equally inclined to VP. So this angle is a 45 degree and this angle is also 45 degree. Okay, so we will start with the true shape of the square prism. So to draw that one, we will draw the two perpendicular lines. Okay, like this. Now we'll construct that the square outside. Okay, so it is of 50 mm. So this is 50 mm. So here, okay, this is 50. Okay, this is 50. Okay, so this is our rough construction. Okay, now this is resting on edge. We don't want it is resting on edge, we want resting on the corner. So I am joining here the corners of this square prism like this. Okay, now take the distance. Now take the half diagonal distance in the compass. So this distance, half diagonal distance in compass. Okay, so like this. Okay, and then mark it here. So here, 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 and here. Okay, so half diagonal distance we have taken. Now we have rotated this rectangle. So we have drawn this square prism. So we have drawn this square prism like this. Now I have rotated like this and I have put it here. Okay, like this. So it comes something like this. So that square prism comes here like this. Okay. So like this. Okay. So now this face is this is the rectangular face, this is the rectangular face, and this is equally inclined to VP. Okay, so this vertical plane. Now since this is a prism, so whenever there is a prism, so we have to name it twice. So because it is having two squares, one is at the bottom and another is at the top. So for this square, we'll take the nomenclature as A, B, C and D. Okay, and for top square we'll take the nomenclature as 1, 2, this is 3 and 4. Okay, so whenever there is a prisms, I have told you the nomenclature is twice. Okay, so A, B, C, D is for this bottom square and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the top square. Okay, now we'll construct the front view. So we know that since this is a prism, so front view is rectangle. Okay, now the axis height is 100. This is the axis height and it is 100. Okay, the another projections are from A, okay, the next projection is from here, okay. So this is the front view is rectangle because this is a prism. So for prism, the front view is rectangle. This line is dark now. The axis line is dark because the edges are coming on this axis line. So B2 and B and D. So these projections are coming. So this is dark. Okay. Now this horizontal line represents the bottom square. So this square. So this is A dash. This is B and D. This is B dash and D dash. This is C dash. So this horizontal line represents the square at the bottom. Now the square at the top. So this line represents the square at the top. So nomenclature is, this is 1 dash, this is 2 and 4, this is 2 comma 4 and this is 3. This is 3 dash. So front view is denoted with the dash and the top view without dash. Okay, so this is the standard used for constructing the top view and the front view. Okay, so according to the condition given in the problem, we have constructed the square prism. The condition is its vertical faces must be inclined to VP. So we have drawn that one. Now since this is a prism square, it is a prism, so we have to name it twice. So bottom base is A, B, C, D. The top base is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, since this is a prism, so front view is rectangle. The bottom horizontal line represent the bottom square A, B, C, D, and the upper horizontal line represent the top square. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 dash. Okay, so this is with dash and this is without dash. Front view is with the dash and the top view is without dash. Okay, now after that, since this is a prism, so the method used for the development is parallel line development. Okay, so take the parallel line to the axis. Okay, so this is also 10. Okay, now after constructing this, now what is the length of the development? So we know that the length of the development is equal to the number of sides multiplied by the length of the side. So this is, we are having here square prism, so we have 4 sides and each side is of 50. So 50 into 4. Okay, so take the 50 mm distance in compass. Now it is having 4 sides. So this is 1, this is 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so this is the length of that development. Okay, so it comes up to here. So this is parallel line development, and the length of the development is equal to the number of sides multiplied by the dimensions of the side. Okay, so here we'll get 4 rectangles. So one rectangle first, okay, this is second, this one is third and fourth. Okay, so when we wrap the paper around this square prism, so we'll get here 1, 2, 3 and 4 rectangles. So that 4 rectangles are here. Okay, now the nomenclature, So this bottom line represent A, B, C, D. So this is A, B, C, D. The last one is again A. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4. The last one is 1. Okay, so this 1A and 1A we will wrap together, so that becomes a common line. Okay, so now this is according to the first sentence of the problem. Square prism of side 50 mm and axis height 100 mm is resting on HP. So it is resting on HP. Now the condition is with all vertical faces equally inclined to VP. So this is 45 degree angle, this is 45 degree angle, it is equally inclined. Okay, now the next condition, now the cutting plane, we'll get the next is the cutting plane. A square hole of 40 mm side is drilled centrally to the prism. So we have again a square hole of 40 mm side is drilled. Okay, so it is something like this here. Okay, so this is our square prisms and a square hole is drilled inside. Now what is the condition? The condition is the axis of that hole bisect the axis of the prism. So this is the axis of the red plane denote the axis of this square hole, and this axis of this square hole, it intersect or it bisect the axis of the prism. So the axis of this prism is like this. This is vertical and this is like this. Okay, so that both the axes intersect at right angles. Okay, so what is the condition? So this is a square hole and axis of this square hole is perpendicular to the axis of the main prism. Okay, so like this. So we'll first take the midpoint of the axis. So the midpoint of the axis, it comes here. This is 5. Okay, so now we have to construct here the another square that represents our square hole. So again we'll construct that square outside. It is having the dimensions of 40. So this is 40 by 40 here. So this is 40. Okay, this is 40. Okay, 40 here. Okay, here. Then I'm joining the opposite corners. Okay, now the same procedure we have to follow here. We have to take the diagonal distance in compass. So from center, okay, and then mark it here. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay, so the distance we have marked here. So that becomes our square hole. Okay, so it comes something like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so what we have done, we have drawn this is the square hole. Okay, so this is our main prism and this is the square hole drilled inside that in the main prism. Okay, having the condition that the axis of the hole, this is the axis of the hole, it bisect the axis of the prism. So it bisect the axis of the prism. So this is the axis of the hole and this is the axis of the prism, and they intersect at right angles. Okay, so something like this. So the green plane represents the axis of the square hole, and this plane represents, blue plane represents the axis of the main prism. They intersect at right angles. So it intersect at right angle. Okay, now draw the development of the lateral surface of the prism. Okay, now we'll mark the intersections here. Now I have told you, if it is intersecting, if one edge is intersected, we have to mark one intersection. If there are two edges, if it is intersecting two edges, we have to mark the two intersections. Okay, now we will name this square hole as, this is suppose, okay, suppose this is P, this is Q, this is R, and this is S. Okay, now how to mark the intersections now? Okay, so for marking the intersections, now this, for point P here. Okay, for point P, now there is no edge here, so we will first transfer that P point in the top view. Okay, so for getting the intersections, because we don't know how many intersection is there because of this point P, so you transfer that in top view. So it is intersecting ED and it is intersecting AB. That means it is intersecting 2 points. Okay, sorry, 2 edges. So we'll get here 2 intersections. Okay, so P point is having 2 intersections. So suppose this point is, okay, so this point is, suppose this is P1 and this point is, this is what, this is P2. Okay, or this is on P on AB it is P1. Okay, and on AD it is PD, and this is, or it is P2. Okay, this is P2 and this is P1. Okay, now similarly this is S and Q. Okay, so this S intersection, it is having it is on BD and B2 and D dash 4 dash. Okay, so this Q and S, it comes on both, that is B2 and D4. Okay, it comes on the both the edges, so we'll transfer that intersections. Okay, like this. Okay, so that comes here and here intersection. Now about the R, so that R intersection, so we don't know how many edges it is intersecting, so we have to transfer that edges, so it comes here. Okay, so suppose this is R1, this is R1 and this is R2. Okay, so now we got the intersections for P and we got the intersection for the R. Okay, so here because of P there is 2 intersection on AB and AD. Because of R there is 2 intersection on BC and CD. Okay, now let us transfer the intersections. Okay, so we'll take the intersections here. So this is intersection, this one is the intersection line and this is the intersecting line. Okay, now the marking the remaining points from the top view. Okay, so we have to mark the distances now for P and R. Okay, so that distances you have to take from the top view. So here this is A P1 distance, so A P1 distance comes here. Okay, similarly it comes on AD and the distance is from A. Okay, so you have to be very careful, you have to mark the distance from A, because I have taken that distance from A. Okay, so you have to mark the distance from A here and A here. Okay, so that becomes our P1 point. Now I am taking the distance from C, so same distance on CD and CB, so here, and from C on D. Okay, so you have to be very careful while marking the distance P1 and P2. Distance I have measured, I am taking from A, so you have to mark the distance from A. Here I am taking the distance from C, so you have to mark the distance from C. Okay, now the parallel lines from here. Okay, so here we are getting 2 points here. This is P1 and P2. Here we are getting R1 and R2. Okay, so this is P1, so P1 comes here, this is P1. Okay, P2 comes here, so this is P2. Okay, now R is on here CB, so CB, here we have, this is R1, and on CD we have here it is R2. Okay, now this S is on, this is Q and S. Okay, so it is on BD and the D4. So okay, so that point comes here. This is S, this is Q. Similarly, this S and Q is on B2 and also on D4. So here also this is S and Q. Okay, so we have to be very careful about these 2 points. This S and Q is on both B2 also and D4 also. So SQ is on B2 and SQ is on D4. Okay, P is having two intersection. We don't know the intersection because it is not intersecting any edges, so we have transferred that in top view. We have taken that distance A P1, we have marked here. We got P1 point here, P2 point on AD. Okay, now this R point we are transferring top view. R1 is in between BC, so BC R1 and CD R2. Okay, now the final stage is to join these points now. Okay, so join these points now here like this. So like this. Okay, so this is the development for this square prism with this square hole. Okay, so I will show you that here also. Suppose now this is our model, so this prism with this square hole. Now if I open this prism, okay, suppose if I open this prism, so we'll get the development something like this. See, okay, we got here two square holes, 1 2 3 4 rectangles, and these two square holes. So 1 2 3 4 rectangles and these two square holes. So this is first and this is second. Okay, so like this. Okay, so this problem is very important, and the now in other problem, instead of the square hole there may be the circular hole. Now if circular hole is there, so then you divide that circle into 8 parts, transfer that intersection in the top view, mark that intersection here, you will get here circle. Okay, instead of this square you will get here circles. Now the intersecting point, it is very important. For P we don't have any edge here, for R we don't have any edge. So if edges are not intersected in the front view, so transfer that edge in that intersecting points in the top view. So P, how many intersections? So it is intersecting two edges, so we get two intersections, so P1 and P2. For R, it is intersecting two edges, we get two intersection, R1 and R2. S and Q, it is intersecting two edges, B2 and D4, so it is B2 and D4. Okay, so likewise, and while drawing the initial positions of the square prism, I have drawn that outside. Okay, because it is very simple to draw the square prism like this, and then I have tilted it because the condition is it is equally inclined to VP. Okay, so like this. So construct the development and solve the problem. Okay, so now we have solved the parallel line development problems. In the coming video, now we'll go for the next method, that is the radial line development method. Okay, so thank you very much.